Welcome everybody to the anime classroom, and do I have a video for you guys today? If you guys didn't know, Kadokawa, however you pronounce it, I always used to call them Kodaka, but I already know that's not how you pronounce it. But this is my favorite anime company of all time. They do ReZero, they do Overlord, they do Konosuba. Almost any great isekai you can think of, Shield Hero, they've done it in the past. And now isekais can be good or bad, just depending. It's a genre that's full of like very bad anime, very good anime, but Kawawa, what I'm just calling them, the Big K, okay? Because I can't pronounce it. They've been my favorite anime company for like 10 plus years, okay? But yeah, they made me a fan of the isekai genre. I used to think it was awful, and then they started making anime, and I was like, there's some good ones. Okay. But anyway, anything they put their name on, they have a bunch of romance anime. Every time I see their name right before an anime starts, I'm all like, I'm in for a good one here. This is it. Now, over the years, we've had lots of scares with this company, okay? They produced some kind of like video game offset on the other side, and there was talks that they were going to sell that to Xbox, which would have included the anime portion as well, and that would have been terrible and horrible, and I'm glad the deal didn't go through. But for a couple years, and this was recent, right, 2022 and on, a couple years we were like, are they gonna sell, are they not gonna sell, are they gonna sell, are they not gonna sell? And then they didn't sell. It was great, but now we have another controversy. Okay, the other controversy we got going on here is we have a shareholder meeting this week, and they want to oust the CEO. Now the CEO has a strategy that he's been employing, right? Do a lot of anime, and we're gonna hit some good ones in there and everything. And the quote unquote, you can't see me because I don't have my hand tracking on right now, but I'm quoting, the people who want to out Sim don't like that approach, right? So let's read exactly what it says. Oasis calls for resignation of the CEO. Proxy advisors recommend shareholders vote against re-election. Oasis, now the Big K, biggest shareholder with 13.76% of the stake. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but if you watched enough TV and TV shows, you would know that 13.76 is huge. Now in a lot of TV shows they talk about having like 51% or whatever, but we're talking about a board with X amount of numbers. Having 13% with how many people are on the board, I would assume, is a huge number, okay? So Tokyo, June 23rd, routers, the Big K, the Japanese firm behind the dark epic Elden Ring. Like I said, they have a video game portion, right? So there's the video game portion. Video game franchise is now facing a nightmare of its own. An activist shareholder, so they're calling it an activist, who wants its CEO gone, wielding a big stake and proxy advisor support. The showdown will take place at Wednesday's annual general meeting. That's tomorrow, or in Japan it could be happening like in a couple hours. I don't know what time it is in Japan right now. Actually, it would be kind of cool to know. I think they're quite ahead of us, right? What time is it in Japan right now? Okay, so it is today, okay? We're not a whole day behind, but we're like 16 hours behind or something. At least I am. So, okay, so Wednesday's general annual meeting closer watched the investors in Japan, where activist shareholders have scored some significant wins and authorities pile on pressure. In camp, there is, okay, he's the CEO at 61 and the chief executive, okay, 2021. Now, I have likes and dislikes about this guy. This guy was the one that wanted to sell originally the video game portion, which would have sold the anime portion to Xbox, okay? I'm glad it didn't happen, but a lot of the animes that has happened under his call have been good. Like, there's a lot of romance animes that's been coming out recently, and they've all been good. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think the second prettiest girl is one of them as well. Well, anyway, I'll figure out. But yes, prominent Japanese firm is manga video games, blah blah blah, is facing a substantial blah blah blah, drawing meeting, Oasis management, one of Japanese, blah blah blah, anything new here? Well, okay, well, Natsu garnered 90% shareholder support at last year's AGM and has the backing of Kadokawa's board, who cited potential uncertainty from his removal amidst ongoing reforms. His position is precarious. The firm's financial performance has faltered with return on equity to 0.5 in March 2022 and annual profit undershooting its revised forecast in May. You know why that is? Someone did a study on this a couple of years ago. And ReZero, every time ReZero plays for a season, the company makes money, and every time the ReZero doesn't play, like like season 1, season 2, and season 3 are 4 years apart, each of them, right? Every time ReZero doesn't play, right, it actually loses money for the whole year. Now that stopped in 2024. They had enough anime to, including ReZero, to resurface, and ReZero has gone for like 2 seasons in a row now with minimum, you know, difference. Like season 3 was last year. Sorry, I need a drink. But yeah, so it's just important to know every time ReZero plays, they make money. When ReZero doesn't play, they don't make money. So they also do Classroom and Elite, and Classroom and Elite had a lot of breaks. Okay, we've had some really like back-to-back Classroom and Elites recently, but they had a point where I think it was after season 2 that there was some years off of that as well. So they're trying to oust this guy. I have a hate-love relationship with this guy because he tried to sell everything to Xbox. I'm glad it fell through, but he's also made some really good decisions. I hope for the anime community that this company makes the right decision. I really hope so, because this is the strongest anime company on the planet, in my opinion. Alright, that's all I got for you guys today. Please leave your likes, dislikes, or whatever in on the video. Please also be sure to comment, tell me where I went wrong, and all this stuff. I love to read you guys' comments. Thank you all for engaging in my last video. It's very important to me that I, you know, get some more practice in this area and start doing more. I've been into anime all my life, and I've wanted to talk about anime for so long, but I was a little shy at first, so I made AMVs, and then I, you know, did a whole bunch of stuff, and I'll still do everything I used to do, but I want to talk about anime more. So if there's also stories that excite you, or you need someone to like deep dive into something, send me a message on X or leave in the comment that I should look into something, and maybe I'll make a video of it. All right, well, thank you everybody for listening. I will see you next time.